My stepson said I should stop using my last name for him, so I stopped using my card for him and moved his balances to his father. His reply was priceless. Hello everyone, welcome to Reddit Visuals. You know, I used to think loyalty was something you could teach through love and consistency. But some people will gladly cash your checks while telling you exactly how little you mean to them. And when that person is living under your roof, eating your food and driving a car you're paying for, that's when you learn what boundaries really look like. I'm Jason. I'm 44. I've got 2 biological kids from my previous marriage, Chloe and Jordan, ages 12 and 10. Joint custody, solid co-parenting relationship with their mom. They're good kids. Not perfect, but they say please and thank you without being reminded, and they've never once made me question whether I matter to them. Then there's Tyler, my 17-year-old stepson. And this story is about the day he taught me that respect isn't something you can buy, but disrespect is something you can definitely stop funding. I married his mother, Erica, 3 years ago. But I'd been in Tyler's life for almost 6 years total. Met him when he was 11. His biological father, Greg, was the classic part-time parent. Big on Instagram posts, short on actual parenting. Tyler would get expensive birthday gifts and empty promises while I handled the real stuff. Doctor appointments at 6 a.m., school pickup when he was sick, homework meltdowns, teaching him to drive. I wasn't trying to replace his dad. I was just trying to be the father figure he actually needed. And for years, it worked. Tyler didn't call me dad, but he didn't push me away either. We had our thing. Movie nights, video games, weekend trips to check out colleges. I thought we were building something real. When Tyler turned 16, I did what any involved parent would do. I added him as an authorized user on my credit card to help him build credit. Nothing crazy. A $500 limit, just for gas and emergencies. I also took over his car insurance when he got his license, added him to our family cell phone plan, kept him on our health insurance, and paid for all his school stuff. I wasn't keeping score. I thought that's what family did. The wake-up call came on a Saturday morning 3 weeks ago. I was making pancakes for everyone. My kids were visiting that weekend, sitting at the table laughing about something. Tyler came downstairs in his usual teenage zombie state, glued to his phone. I said casually, "Hey, your credit card statement came in. Just so you know, your Spotify and gas charges hit this month." Without looking up, he muttered, "Why are you even checking my stuff? You're not my real dad. You shouldn't be using your last name for anything with me anyway." The kitchen went dead silent. My daughter Chloe stopped mid-bite and stared at him. Even Jordan looked shocked. "You shouldn't be using your last name for anything with me." That sentence hit like a slap. Not just the words, but the casual cruelty of it, like I was some stranger inserting myself where I didn't belong. I didn't respond right away. Just finished the pancakes, served everyone, and sat down. But inside, something fundamental shifted. After breakfast, I went to my office and opened my laptop. If Tyler didn't want my last name associated with him, then fine. I was going to honor that request completely. First, I called the credit card company. As the primary account holder, I could remove authorized users immediately. Tyler's card would be deactivated by the end of business. Next, I contacted our car insurance agent. Tyler had been on my policy for 8 months. I removed him, effective immediately. He could get his own policy or go without coverage. Then I called our cell phone provider. Tyler's line was under our family plan. I moved it to an individual account under Greg's information and contact details. Health insurance was trickier since we were mid-policy year, but I started the paperwork to remove him during the next enrollment period. I also canceled his access to all the family subscriptions: Netflix, Disney+, Spotify Family Plan, iCloud storage, Xbox Game Pass, everything. The last thing I did was email Greg a detailed list of Tyler's monthly expenses that I'd been covering. Car insurance, $180 per month. Cell phone, $85 per month. Health insurance portion, $150 per month. School lunch account, $40 per month. Gas money, $120 per month. Various subscriptions, $65 per month. Total, $640 monthly, not including one-time expenses like car repairs, school fees, or emergency costs. I attached 6 months of statements as proof and wrote, "Tyler prefers his biological father handle his affairs. Please coordinate with him directly moving forward." I didn't tell Tyler what I'd done. I just waited. Monday morning, Tyler came downstairs for school, grabbed his keys, and left. An hour later, my phone started ringing. "Dad, my card isn't working at the gas station." "That's unfortunate." "Can you call them?" "There must be a mistake." "No mistake, the card's been canceled." Long pause. "What? Why?" "You said I shouldn't use my last name for anything with you. The card was under my name and account, so I removed you." "That's not what I meant." "That's exactly what you said. And since your real dad should be handling your expenses anyway, I forwarded all your bills to him. Problem solved." The meltdown was spectacular. Tyler tried calling me 6 more times. I didn't answer. Then Erica called from work. "What did you do?" Tyler's hysterical. I honored his request. He doesn't want my last name associated with him, so it isn't anymore. "Jason, this is insane." "Is it?" I'm just following his lead. He told me exactly where I stand in his life, so I adjusted my investment accordingly. That evening, Tyler came home in a rage. Apparently, he'd had to call Greg to come put gas in his car. Greg wasn't happy about being pulled away from work for something he thought I handled. "You embarrassed me!" Tyler shouted. I looked up from my dinner. "You embarrassed yourself." I just stopped enabling it. I can't afford insurance on my own. "Then maybe you should have thought about that before disrespecting the person who was paying for it." "I didn't mean it like that." "How did you mean it?" He couldn't answer. The next few days were chaos. Tyler's phone got shut off when Greg couldn't figure out the account transfer. His car sat in the driveway because he couldn't afford insurance. He had to borrow lunch money from friends because his school account went negative. Greg called me Thursday night, furious. "You can't just dump all this on me without warning." "Why not? He's your son." "I can't afford all this stuff." "I know. I've been covering it for 6 years. Funny how expensive kids are when you actually have to pay for them." By Friday, Tyler was desperate. No phone, no car, no money. He'd gone from entitled teenager to reality checked real quick. He knocked on my office door that evening. "Can we talk?" I gestured to the chair across from my desk. "I messed up," he said quietly. "How so?" "What I said. About your name. I didn't think about what that meant." "What did it mean?" He struggled with the words. "It meant that I don't see you as family. But you are. You've been more of a dad to me than Greg ever was." I waited. I was just mad about something stupid at school, and I took it out on you. "But you didn't deserve that." "No, I didn't. Can you put me back on your insurance?" "I'll pay you back. I'll get a job." I looked at him for a long moment. Then I said, "Tyler, I appreciate the apology. I really do. But words are cheap. You're 17 years old. You're about to be an adult, and adults handle their own expenses." "What does that mean?" "It means you can ask your real dad to add you back to his insurance. You can get your own phone plan. You can figure out your own credit situation." His face fell. "But I can't afford all that on my own." "Then maybe you should have thought about that before you told me to stop using my last name for you." Tyler tried to argue, said he'd learned his lesson, said he'd be respectful from now on, said he understood how much I did for him. I listened to all of it. Then I said, "I believe you mean that right now." But respect isn't something you turn on and off when it's convenient. You had 6 years to figure this out. From that point forward, Tyler had to navigate his own financial reality. No insurance meant no driving. No phone meant no social life. No credit meant no independence. And the priceless reply I mentioned in the title, it came from Greg 2 months later. He texted me out of nowhere. "How the hell did you afford all that for so long?" I can barely cover his phone bill. I screenshot it and sent it to Tyler with a message. "This is why I don't mind investing in people who appreciate it." Tyler's response was even better. "I'm sorry I ever made you question whether you mattered. You matter more than anyone." Last week, Tyler introduced me to his girlfriend's parents as my dad, Jason. Not stepdad. Dad. When I asked him about it later, he said, "You earned it. Greg just contributed DNA." Here's what I learned. You can't force someone to see your worth, but you can absolutely stop subsidizing their blindness to it. Tyler learned that having a father isn't about biology. It's about who shows up when showing up is hard, who invests when there's no guarantee of return, who sets boundaries when love isn't enough. And me? I learned that sometimes the kindest thing you can do for someone is let them experience the natural consequences of their choices. So was I the a-hole for cutting off his financial support when he disrespected me? Or did I handle it exactly right? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What would you have done in my situation? And if this story resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe to Reddit Visuals, and share this video. It really helps the channel grow and brings you more stories like this one. Thanks for watching.